Right guys, it's Bank Holiday Monday in the UK, VE Day. It's windy, that's why I've got my hood on. I got my hat on because I was hoping it's a little bit sunnier. I've already done the gym this morning. I'm walking back this time because if I walk there and back, I think is 3.5, 4 miles. So that should give me, I think, 14,000 steps roughly, I believe. But I just wanted to sort of put a couple of things out there because I've been spending a bit of time with ChatGPT on the health side, because I do recommend doing this as well. When I'm in the gym, I'll talk to about what I want to achieve, and I'll throw questions at it as well. So one of the things we were talking about is the BMI index, and then we started chatting about the fact that doesn't make any sense because when I was before I went to the Philippines, my wife will tell you I was a lot fitter. But I used to, I think it's level 15 on the running machine. I could do that for about 2 hours, no problem. And in fact, could keep going. It's normally that I had to go and do something. So my fitness was much, much higher. Waist was 28 inch and there wasn't a lot of fat. But with the BMI index, I was still obese. So, because it was designed over 100 years ago. And the reason I'm bringing it up, guys, is don't lose heart because something's telling you you're obese or whatever it is, because you'd have to look at what that body structure is, because it's probably not you. For me, I've got broad shoulders. I mean, I'm currently, I think I'm at about 113 kilos. Coming back from Spain, it was 123, so I've lost 10 kilos now. But to put it in perspective, 70 kilos is actual muscle. Because I've got one of these Renfro scales, so it works out your different muscles, whether it's I think it's got about 2 or 3 different types. But the point is, 70 kilos of me is muscle, which doesn't leave a lot for everything else when you start taking into account water content, then the actual weight of your body parts. So it does sort of get to the point where it's saying, because I was 85 kilos when I went to the Philippines, and it was saying I was overweight then. But realistically, when you start looking at genetics and my physical size, I should be about 105, which is easily achievable. And the reason I bring it up is a lot of the stuff pushes us into these little tick box exercises, because there's no point having a benchmark if the benchmark doesn't make any sense. And I see this in construction a lot. Well, I benchmark pricing for projects, yet the prices don't actually match anything in the project. So you've got to adjust every price, which means it should only be, say, 10% difference. But often, if you don't know the maths behind the original figures, there may not be a pattern in there. I'll just give you a simple one. If you look at the cost of working in, say, Birmingham compared to London, I don't think Birmingham's got a £12 a day congestion charge. I don't think Birmingham will charge you 96 quid for parking for the day. London bloody well does. It's a robbing place. So the costs are significantly higher. And that's just two little bits there, without trying to go between places, which in Birmingham may take 30 minutes, in London 2.5 hours. So there's a lot of things in life which people will portray or push that there's a simple number to it. It's not. The main thing is tailor it to yourself. It's a bit like me at the gym. My weight's coming down because I work a very simple system that's worked previously, and it doesn't involve killing yourself and pushing yourself. What I do is I start with steps, and I get bored with steps, so I might start with 6,000. This is like when you're in the higher numbers, start at 6,000 to push to 10,000. Then when I start hitting 10,000, I move it to 15,000. And now I'm hitting 15,000. It's now between 20 and 24,000 steps a day when I can. But now I'm hitting that higher number and struggling for the time to do it. I up my game. So instead of walking, I'm starting to jog and run as a mix, because you do these little bursts, like 2.5 minute run, knackered, slow down, don't get off, you slow down and carry on with your steps. Maybe do it another 5-8 minutes, and then another burst. But over time, that'll suddenly just flip into just running, and then you're doing 2 hours work in 30 minutes. At the same time, I work the weights. That's why I've maintained my muscle at the same time as losing weight, because I work the muscles every day. I do about 30-40 minutes on the weights. But even that is focused mainly on the upper chest, because, well, my arms and chest. So it's not complicated, it starts off with just doing 80 reps of everything, which is basically 80 lifts of anything. So I'll do like rowing, I do it 80. I do, so I'm really good at machines. But, you know, I work the different machines at 80, and I was only using 3 machines before, and now I'm up to 6, because I'm starting to use more and more parts of my upper body. So the point being is, it's a gradual thing. And I've been doing this now for, I think, what, about a month? And you'll see, you can have significant changes in a short period of time. But the key to it is just keep upping your game. Don't just accept where you are now and keep to it unless you're happy there. See, to be perfectly honest with you, if I lost another, another 10 kilos, I'll be happy at that. And it's not about bulking up and getting more muscly, because it takes me time and effort to maintain that. It's more a case of getting it to a point where I can just maintain it. So that's the key thing for me, is that doing the fitness stuff is maintainable. So yeah, that's the key for it for me. But what else have I discussed this week? It's the same with the diet. The diet's an interesting one. I know this is all weight and health stuff this week, but I did this thing where I had some pizzas, and I realised that if I eat a pizza, it takes me 3 days to get rid of the bloody thing. If I have alcohol, if I have beer, it takes 2 days to get rid of it. The point being is, you can see patterns that emerge. Now, the reason I'm doing this stuff is actually to work out what the impact is on my body and how long it takes to recover. So when you know, if I have 2 pizzas on a Friday night, it's going to take me until Monday, Tuesday to recover, I stop eating the pizzas, because it's just crap. It's the dough, I can't digest it. I've got the same issue with, what do you call it? What's that cereal stuff? Oats. I can't digest oats. Oats sit worse. They sit for like 4 or 5 days. They just sit in my stomach like lead. So though people say, oh, they're filling, yeah, they're bloody filling. You're not digesting it. It's just sitting there. Which gets into another factor. Don't assume people telling you this is the way to eat and this is it. We've got different body types. For me, a meat-based diet works well. So with me, what I have is predominantly meat, chicken, beef, pork, lamb, eggs, and what else do I eat now? See, that's how light my eating is now. Normally I have mixed vegetables, garden vegetables, or pre-mixed stuff, because it's easier for me. But I might have potatoes, but I'll have a jacket potato with either tuna or egg mayonnaise. That's pretty much my diet most of the time now. And you think, well, that's boring. Well, yeah, it is. But this is the problem we've had. This is a bit like the lifestyles that people are trying to get in the West now, where we're trying to give everything away because we want everybody to have the same lifestyle we have, but it all comes at a cost. And we ain't been paying it since probably the mid-80s. We ain't been paying the debts as nations, and now it's catching up with us. We're in a decline. But all that salt, all that sugar, all those sauces, just cut them out. You don't need them. I mean, I'll have hot sauces, don't get me wrong. Really hot sauces. You don't eat much of that stuff. You know, dip my chicken in it, Filipino style. But not really having rice anymore. Not having, I can't remember last time I had any chips now. But your weight starts dropping. I mean, most I've lost in a day so far is 2 kilos. And I'm starting to see how easy it is. Like now, it's Bank Holiday Monday. I've got some college work I want to do when I get back. Sorted the car parts out. Walking to the gym, which is miles away that way. Then do a workout, then walk miles away back this way. And it's just about the routines. I know I've had a couple of people say I look a bit thin around the face now, which is nice. But my wife said I've always had a small head, which is a bit a bit strange, because it's like, well, what do you mean? Yeah, my friends have all said you had always a small head and small face. I'm like, what's that even mean? Because it seems to be in. I'm not like what do you call it? What's the guy in the black and white suit? Beetlejuice, when he's got the shrunken head. So, but yeah, I don't think she meant it in a bad way. I think but it was just like, what? What do you mean a small head? You know, not like what's that? Big Ed from 90 Day Visa. I don't know if you've seen that guy. He is worth watching, not because he's a nice guy, but just some of the stuff he comes out with. But yeah, so I sort of took a break here because I'm hiding from the wind, so I could do the video. But I'm gonna have to walk up the rest of the road now. But I just want to say, guys, just keep pushing. And if it's not working, ask ChatGPT. Tell it exactly what you're doing. And it may go, stop doing that. That doesn't work for you. Have you tried changing your diet? Have you done this? Have you done that? Because I talk to it as if I'm talking to my dietitian or whatever, and it is pretty good. I mean, to be fair, it is more lenient on me than I'm lenient on myself, because it'll go, oh, try that, you know, for new weights or whatever. Try 15 reps of that. I go, no, I ain't doing 15, I'm doing 80. I'll just do it at 80 for everything. Lower weight. If I can't do 80, about lower the weight until I can do 80, because the whole point for mine is I'm developing endurance rather than bulking. Because I want to get to a point where I'm just going in there and I can hammer everything in an hour. Which I'll get there, because the more weight I lose, the easier it gets to maintain it. But I just thought I wanted to share that sort of journey stuff today, simply because I know a lot of you guys out there may have other issues. Could be bad knees, could be struggling to walk, whatever it is, you can still do stuff. And I'll be honest with you, some of this stuff, if you cut some of the crap out your diet, it may actually repair some of the damage. Because if you can get the toxins out of your systems, it makes a massive difference. See, my wife talks about because I suffer with inflamed sort of ankles and feet, but I don't know if you can see this. There's a hole in this ankle, you see. Because a lift shaft collapsed before and a bolt went through my ankle. So it's not my strongest ankle out of the two. But the point being is a lot of that inflammation is caused by stuff in your diet. It's salt, it's the sugars, it's the bad stuff. So as you start cutting it out and you keep hydrated, one of the best things I've had since sliced bread is lemon water. I cut a lemon, and shove it in the bottom of top of a 2 litre bottle every day, and I drink at least that 2 litres a day. My wife's telling me off that I'm drinking too much water, because when I've had a long workout day, I can drink 4 litres. But ChatGPT says it's fine, because it knows I'm trying to get rid of a lot of the toxins as well, and it's seen it as like a flushing system. And it works, to be fair, because the way I look at it is you just spend more time in the bathroom. But we've got to look after ourselves. I mean, we're not getting any younger, definitely not getting any prettier. So we just got to deal with what we've got. And I've got to admit, since I started doing the fitness stuff, I'm coming out more. So even when it's miserable, windy, not sure it's going to be raining on the way back, I don't really care. I'm just getting on with it. But yeah, I mean, the park's nice. I mean, especially this end, because I don't think other people have found it yet, because the other bit's getting very busy. And I do think a lot of it does appear to be immigration stuff, to be fair. And I found, I don't want to sound unfair, but it's in your face. I mean, there's a lot more people wearing hijabs in the park than I've seen in the last few years. Same as a lot more people from African areas. But I'm not saying they're all boat people or whatever. Don't mix two things together, because a lot of them are students. Because Northampton's got its university here. So I'm not saying, oh, we're being flooded with all these illegals or whatever. No, we've probably got a lot of students here, because when I did Birmingham University, you'll be surprised how many students are actually in Birmingham University. It's a lot. It's a serious amount of students. But I think we're the China economy in the toilet at the minute. A lot of that's starting to change, because they had a massive problem in China related to education. I'll let you look that one up yourselves, but it did change the landscape. And they're starting to see people signing off, which is starting to appear in the UK, the US, etc. When kids turn into young adults, realise I might as well just stay with my parents, because I'll never bloody own anything anyway, so why bother? Just live with my parents until I'm 50. Why? What do you mean till 50? Well, they'll be dead then, and I'll have their house. But yeah, we're in the quagmire at the minute, but we just got to keep going. Thanks for watching.